Will it run? Nope, definitely not. Not even a prayer, because I'm not even going to try today. Why? Why are you doing this? Well, because I know it's not going to run. I know that the motor is supposed to be bad, and I don't have the time or the inclination to dig into this thing right now. Way too many things going on. We're getting ready for our move, which is supposed to happen in January, so I've been trying to get things cleared out, getting rid of clutter, getting rid of non-essential things, trying to lighten the load, trying to clean things up. But yet I keep adding vehicles, and this XJ is one of the things that I just added. So make no mistake about it, I have become an XJ freak. I love these things. They were always around. I've worked on them, I've driven them, but I never really fell in love with them until I bought one about 2.5 years ago. And ever since then, I have become an XJ freak. So I got that red 2-wheel drive, and that's become my daily driver. And it's really starting to, it needs some love at this point. I got to pull it off to the road. I put a piston in it, I don't know, about a month ago, because it had piston slap. And I pulled it off the road, put a piston in it. I've been driving it since. That's all good, but the truck is really starting to look Jeep. Is it a truck? Is it a Jeep? Is it a? I don't even know what it is. It's an XJ, right? That's one of the beautiful things about XJs, right? It's like it really kind of defies description. So it's starting to. I want to do body work to it. I want to put a fresh coat of paint on it. There's a lot of little things I want to do to it, but that's all besides the point. So since I picked that one up, I've bought several others. And the only one out of the ones that I've bought since then that I kept was this black one. So there's a black 98. It's a 4-wheel drive. The red one's 2-wheel drive. This one's 4-wheel drive. And I says, you know, this thing, it makes a clean appearance, but trust me when I tell you, it looks a lot better on video than it does in real life. The paint is shiny, but it's over some extremely sketchy bodywork. But that's besides the point. It makes a clean appearance. The interior is nice. It runs perfection. So I says, you know what? You're a keeper. You're part of the fleet now. So I've got my 2. But I'm compulsive. All of us car people are compulsive. Why are we so compulsive? We buy things even though we don't need them or even really want them. Like I have no plans for this white XJ. It's not like, oh, I'm going to build a hot rod XJ or I'm going to build an off-road toy or I'm going to... No, nothing like that. I just don't even know why I bought the damn thing. But the price was right. Because, you know, here's the thing. I'm not the only one who's fallen in love with XJs over the last couple of years. Lots of people have. And clean, like rust-free examples, they're going for ridiculous money. So when this thing popped up, and I looked at it at first, so it was listed on Facebook Marketplace as needing an engine, $1,000 at best offer. So I says, you know what, worst comes to worst, for $1,000, it's a great parts vehicle. I mean, it's got, you know, even if the motor is blown up, there's all the stuff around the motor, there's the transmission, there's the, you know, the rear diff, there's all the electronics in it. So this is you know, if you're going to commit to a brand or a type of vehicle, then to have something like this around as a parts truck, well, it's worth its weight in gold. But I climb underneath, and so help me, if you were to get under this truck with a power washer and detail it, you could put it on the showroom and you'd think it was a brand new truck. There is not a speck of rust anywhere underneath it. So I says, okay, this is, you know, this is like a unicorn, right? I gotta buy this thing, and it's not gonna be a parts vehicle. I have to do something with it. But I have no plans other than, you know, just get it running and keep it around, add it to the fleet. Maybe put this one into the rotation and take my red one out and do the body work and paint. So this is like an anti-project. Think of it that way. This is an anti-project. So, like I says, it was listed for $1,000. I ended up giving the guy $750 for it. The story that I got was, his kid was driving it. It started running really bad. They brought it to a nationally known repair chain who told him, oh, it just needs a motor. Motor's bad. So he towed it back to the house, and then he had a couple of independent mechanics come and try to fix it. This is vague. I really don't know the whole story, but all I know is several people have dug their hands into this and said, nope, it's no good. So I'm just going to go at that face value and say it probably needs a motor. At the end of this video, I've been charging the battery now. I left the battery on the charger for the last couple of days. So at the end of this video, let's spin this thing over and see what we have. But at any rate, the reason I wanted to do this is because So many people live vicariously through YouTube automotive videos. And it's understandable because unless you have a bunch of experience and time and abilities, taking on a project vehicle, resurrecting a vehicle is like an overwhelming task. So it's understandable why the found, abandoned, will it run videos are so popular, because people want to live vicariously through that. I get it, I really do. I don't really like to do that kind of video myself. We do them occasionally, but what I want to do here now is I want to go through this vehicle and I want to assess what we got, because this is typical. Like I said, I'm always on Marketplace looking at XJs now, and I see this type, this condition, this pop up all the time. So I believe that this is about as representative as you could possibly get for a potential project XJ that you would find on Marketplace. So we're fairly certain that we're going to have to do the motor, or replace the motor, or fix the, I have no idea yet. Fairly certain we have to do that. But what did we get for our $750 aside from a completely rust-free, and I mean completely rust-free XJ? What do we get for our money? So let's walk around this thing and let's see exactly what our anti-project consists of. What have we got so far? What are we working with? And if we want to turn this into, just a viable, decent daily driver, not a showpiece, but just something you could just drive anywhere and it'll make a decent appearance and function the way it's supposed to. What have we got? What do we have to do? So, okay, first, this thing came with this roof rack, which is neat because I could put this on any of my XJs at this point. Nice handy thing. You're gonna go for a ride, you're gonna go for a trip, you want to pack some extra stuff. Well, here we go. This was a freebie. It was just in with the package. What's the dollar value on it? I don't know, but it's a nice bonus. So we've got that thing, and it really does make a nice appearance. Now the paint on this, right? Because when in terms of making an appearance, paint is everything. And this Jeep has been sitting for a long time. It hasn't been washed in a long time. Well, actually, it's one of the reasons I took the roof rack off of it, was so that I can give this thing a deep clean. I got to drag the pressure washer over here. But I did clean this one area, and the paint underneath actually seems to be very nice. It's not oxidized or anything like that. Somebody could spend a little time on this and really make this paint pop. And it appears to me that the whole truck is like that, except for the hood. The hood has some peeling paint. You see down the center over there? But I'm not going to let that freak me out. Not a big deal. The body is really straight. So we're missing the ends of the bumper. Okay, and this one is bent, but I'm fairly certain I can straighten this. If I can't straighten it, these bumper assemblies are very cheap, so I'm not worried about that. They're like $100, but we'll see if we can straighten it. I'm not going to get into that right now, but it's missing both bumper ends, and that's going to be straightened out. So it's got these 17x7 Wrangler wheels on it. The previous owner told me that it's got a 2-inch lift kit, and that looks about right. And it's got these 17x7 Wrangler rims, which, I tell you the truth, they're kind of growing on me a little bit. I'm not really into the oversized rims. I like the way the 15s look on these trucks, Jeeps, whatever you want to call them. And I've got a set. I've got a set of 15x7s, XJ rims that I could throw on here. But yeah, I kind of like them. And I have a set of 5. It came with a set of 5 because the spare is also one of these. Now, looking at the front end of this, I know we're going to have some issues here. Because if you look at the way this tire is wearing, right? So it's either in alignment, and the other side is even worse. Here, let's go to the other side. Yeah, okay. So we have an issue here. Now, the backs are actually really decent. So if I do decide to keep these, I just really have to put a set of front skins on it and then figure out why it's doing this. If it's just an alignment or we've got a bent axle tube, I have no idea. But I do know that we're going to have to do something with the front end of this this Jeep. There's something out of sorts. Did it get mangled when this happened? You know, I don't know, but we'll find out. I can't imagine anything there being a deal breaker as far as putting us back together again. They swapped in a set of LED lights. I mean, you know, I prefer to have the stock pieces in there, but these function. Got them on that black Jeep also. The header panel is nice. It's perfect. No cracks. These things, very hard to find these without any damage on them or any obvious repairs. But the header panel is really nice. Let's see. Well, it's got a nice toe set up here. Trailer light plug. I don't know if it's got trailer brakes, but we're good there. Here's the spare 17 by 7, and this one must have been on the front also because it's got a crazy wear pattern too. So, all right, I know we need to do some front end work. Seats folded down. I don't know, the light's terrible. We have a flamingo headliner. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to stay. I mean, they did a nice job on it. It's tucked in really nice. They definitely put some effort into that. But I don't know. I don't know. Flamingos. All right. So okay, here. This is all right. So one of the issues here I noticed right off the bat was that the drip rail molding is missing off of this. So this is straight. Somehow or another, this is all dinged up over here. This is all bent up. Maybe that's why the drip rail molding is off of it. I mean, the paint looks okay on either side of it. And here's a piece of drip rail molding that. Okay. All right, so there's one side. Yeah, it's missing the other side as well. I had the CB. I just threw it in here because it's cleaning stuff up. Passenger seat looks nice. Rug looks nice. Dashboard's got some extra stickers on it. That's always pleasant. It's got a JVC stereo in there. Let me go on the other side. Yeah, all right, so driver's seat needs a little love there. Let me see something. Drop the key on. Oh, sweet. Nice. Almost all of them work. Okay, that's close enough though. Close enough. Power windows work. So let's see. We got 263,000 miles on it. Oh, and look, the oil. The oil pressure gauge is already pinned. So that's an indication, right? Let me shut this. All right, so the interior doesn't make a bad appearance. This is just, driver's seat definitely needs to be recovered, or at least the base of it does. The back of it's nice. That looks decent. Okay. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I know the lighting is terrible. I didn't plan on doing this video. This is really spur of the moment. So, all right. Now, also, what I did notice is that the solders, I know it's not going to show up very good on the video, but it does have a couple of small dents. There's a wave. We got a little dent in the door here. And I've got some matching waveage on the back door on the other side as well. So, I mean, overall, I don't think this is a bad. So, it needs some really minor cosmetic. It's not that bad, but I do know that we're definitely going to do some front end work to this thing. Now, under the hood here. So as far as I got when I was over at this guy's place looking it over, we put a battery charger on it and let it set for a while, but it was so dead because this thing had sat for like a year. It was so dead I couldn't get anything more than just a couple of clicks out of it. But this has been charging now for days. Yeah, the battery's relatively new, 21. It's all intact. Like, I know he said that a bunch of different hands were in here. But it looks like they put everything back the way it's supposed to be. Fan shroud is broken, which is an issue on these. I'm not really big on fan shrouds, at least in the cars that I usually deal with, but these XJs absolutely need the fan shroud. Auxiliary fan is all right. This is the 99. This is the first year for that horseshoe intake manifold. These things make some more bottom end power than the earlier ones, the 98 and earlier. And you can't see it on this, but I do know that the 99 has a really nice header. The 98 and earlier have like a segmented header, but these 99 and newers have a very nice header. And this is still a distributor. This is the last year for the regular distributor. After this, they went to coil on plug. All right, so here's something I never did before. Let's see what the oil looks like. Oh, nice. Okay, no milkshake. So we know that we're not dealing with a cracked block or a cracked head. You know, it's filling the engine with coolant. Get back in there. Okay, that's a positive sign. Okay, transmission fluid. Let's give it a smell. Nice. Okay. Nice pink fluid, no burn smell. He didn't say anything about the condition of the transmission, but I'm going to assume it was okay. So, is this motor locked up? Does it have a rod broken inside of it or something? There's no holes externally. It all looks good. So, if it is broken, it's not that broken. So let's see what we got. Let's crank this thing over. Okay, I'm trying to reach the key and do this at the same time. Hang on. Oops. Okay, the wipers work. Okay, that's interesting. It's spinning really nice. It sounds like it's got compression on like 4 out of 6 cylinders. Let me do that again. All right, so we know it's clearly not locked up. There's clearly no rods banging around in there. It's rotating off really nice. It sounds like it's missing compression on a couple of cylinders. Okay, like just real quick, just my impression real quick is that it may be a head gasket blown between two cylinders. Because that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like you got four, and you got that skip. We may just have a bad head gasket on this. Huh. These aren't bad to do. I tell you the truth. I had the head off my red one, right? When I knocked the piston in it a couple of months ago. I had the head off of it in about 2 hours. And the worst comes to worst, you could drop the oil pan. This is a two-wheel drive. So the oil pan on this thing comes down in, and you don't have to jack the motor up or anything like that. The oil pan on this thing comes down in, you know, a half hour, and it's down. So, okay, that's a really hopeful sign. It means that pretty much, unless it's got a chewed up cylinder wall, which I would doubt, there's probably nothing wrong with this engine that I can't repair while it's still in here. I mean, okay, this is really candid. I didn't plan on doing this video this way, so just bear with me for 1 second. I want to listen to that again. Huh. There's the cliffhanger. There's the cliffhanger. Okay, I am not getting involved with this thing today. I'm not even going to say when I'm going to get involved with it because I don't know. I have so many things I have to get done. I don't really know if I want to dig too far into this at this point. I mean, it sounds to me like it should start. It sounds like it should run. I don't know if there's any fuel in it. Oh, jeez. I shouldn't have done this. I just opened up a bag of worms. All right. Yeah, okay. Let me think about this. Let me think about how far I want to go with this at this stage of the game. But that's definitely got my my curiosity going. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. It's a cliffhanger. It's a cliffhanger. So you know what we've got here. You know what we paid for it. You know what we got. You know what it sounds like. What do you guys think? All right, I'm going to stop now. And oh God, I hate doing this stuff. I'm being like I just want to dig into it. But I've already gone. This video is already oh geez, I'm already 23 minutes. You know, that's the funny thing about YouTube videos. After 20 minutes, it plummets unless you go to like an hour, and then people will hang around. So unless I'm going to piddle around for the next hour and keep it busy, I have to end this video now. Keep the algorithm happy. All right, so that's it. There's our $750 1999 Jeep XJ with a potentially blown motor or maybe just a bad head gasket, which is what it sounds like to me. I'll see you tomorrow. But wait, there's more. Because, you know, I can't just leave this stuff alone, right? All right. Somebody along the line, I don't know who, I don't know when, somebody along the line had the distributor out of this. And, okay, there's a crow's foot that holds the distributor down. This is a fooler, okay? Because the distributor has, okay, the distributor has like a U-shaped notch in it that surrounds the hold down bolt, and that keeps it from turning because all of the timing is done through the computer on this. But there's also a metal crow's foot that sits over it and keeps the distributor down. The helical cut on the distributor gear on this pushes up on a distributor. So it's like any resistance from the oil pump, let's say, is forcing the distributor upwards. And look what I got here. Can you see the distributor? Oh, no, I won't go back in the hole. The distributor is broken. When they put it back in, they didn't put the crow's foot, and it pushed up, and it broke the base of the distributor. So, and I looking around, I don't see a crow's foot. They must have left it on their workbench or something. So I have to go get one of those. We may have a thing here right now where it's just fixing the distributor, and it's possible that the lack of compression that we're hearing could just be collapsed lifters from pumping and not having any oil pressure. So there you go. Now there's a real cliffhanger for you. I'm going to get a crow's foot and let's try this tomorrow. Let's see if we can get this thing running tomorrow. See you then.